I loved Tron Legacy even more than the first film. It's one of my favorite movies. Character, mood, visuals, the sound design and music, story, action, the climax, it hits every element out of the park. Brilliant movie, highly underrated film, although in recent years, lots more people have come out saying how great they believe it is as well. It should have got a live action sequel all of its own. There was, of course, an animated show, Tron Uprising, but we wanted to see the return of Sam Flynn and the next stage of his story arc after returning to the real world with Quora and taking over Encom. And we needed a sequel that brought back the title character. Tron, played by Bruce Boxleitner, of course does appear in Tron Legacy, but mostly in that film he's playing a villain, Rinsler, a henchman of Clue, because Clue reprogrammed Tron, but by the end he does return to being Tron again, but he's not in Tron Ares, and neither is Sam Flynn or Quora. Now, I just cannot understand why they didn't focus the story entirely around the established characters we already know. Instead, we're getting mostly new characters and a new main character in the form of a program called Ares, played by Jared Leto. Jeff Bridges is the only returning original character, and he's playing once again Kevin Flynn in what is essentially a glorified cameo by the looks of it. And now, unfortunately, we have confirmation that the film really will move on from most of the legacy characters. This article is from GamesRadar.com. Tron Ares director explains why Jeff Bridges, Kevin Flynn, is the new film's only returning character. We wanted to take this into a new direction. And guess what? We didn't want you to take this film in a new direction. You didn't need to. The existing direction was more than good enough, arguably a better choice. It says Tron Ares is about to give us the first installment in the sci-fi franchise for 15 years. Jared Leto as a humanoid AI and much more besides, but the movie won't be giving us any surprise legacy cameos. Jeff Bridges is the only Tron actor reprising his role for the threequel, making a return as Kevin Flynn, which means there's no comeback for the characters like Garrett Hedlund's Sam Flynn and Cillian Murphy's Dillinger Jr. There's a reason for that though, although the team behind the movie slightly differ in what that is. These things are not only creative choices, sometimes actors don't want to be in it anymore, director Joachim Ronning says in the new issue of SFX magazine. Look, I think it's the wrong decision to not focus on the previous cast and a huge mistake to not have Bruce Boxleitner in the movie. The core of the first film was Tron / Alan Bradley and Kevin Flynn, and they had considerable roles in the second film as well. Their legacy, as the title suggests, was recognised and understood, and the legacy for Kevin Flynn was his son Sam, an obvious evolution of his personal journey. Now, putting aside the absurdity of making a Tron film without Tron, to completely omit Sam Flynn and Tron from Tron Ares will mean this film has, I think, little to do with the previous films, except that it takes place in the same universe. This story isn't about building on past events from the first two films, but instead, it's an invasion story from the grid into the real world. And in a way, it concerns me because it feels like, rather than focusing on a human story, the filmmakers have chosen to focus solely on the invasion of grid characters into the real world. And that's seemingly what they decided to prioritize here. Now that was Clue's plan in Tron Legacy, to send an army into the real world. But Tron Legacy wasn't about that. It was a father-son story first and foremost. But I don't know who Ares is, and I don't care. Nor do I have any interest in any of the other characters. But I did care about Sam Flynn, and Tron, and Quora. The article goes on. There are different ways of looking at that, but I think the story fell into a place where we felt that we didn't need the old characters to be front and center. We wanted to take this into a new direction while at the same time honouring the universe that we're in. We're telling a story that's 14 years later, and the most important thing is that we tell this new story in a way that works, adds producer Justin Springer. To just throw cameos in where it's a parade of people that we love from this franchise, I just feel like it's fan service that doesn't serve the story, but we are definitely focused on ways to surprise the audience. But look, you weren't forced to tell this particular story. You could have easily just focused on Sam Flynn, Quora, Alan Bradley, and Kevin Flynn 14 years later. Sure, you can introduce new characters as well, but you didn't have to radically depart from the first two films in this manner. Fans weren't looking to see these characters return in cameos. They wanted them to come back in primary roles. So I have no idea why these particular creative choices were made. They seem entirely arbitrary to me. I'll conclude by saying I really hope Tron Ares is good. I'd like it to be a great film, but I'm going into this film with low expectations because it's not going to be the kind of Tron film I was looking for. And yes, the absence of the title character is one of the film's biggest problems. But anyway, all shall be revealed in less than a month. The film is coming out on October 10th. I'll wrap the video up there, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you still looking forward to Tron Ares? Are you excited for this movie? Do you like the look of the trailer? Can the story they've devised for this film be enough, in your opinion? Do you think I'm wrong about all of this? Maybe you think it doesn't matter so much that they've moved on from the previous characters. After all, if a good story can still be told, irrespective of having the older actors in the film, isn't that all that matters at the end of the day? And yes, I think it is possible that Tron Ares could still be great regardless, but I think fans really do care about the stories of the original characters. These are characters they know, and those characters were central to the franchise, and a huge part of the world building in the first two films. I can't see how not having them in the film isn't going to hurt Tron Ares, in some respects at least. And I think also, if there were any concerns about some actors who were unable or unwilling to come back for this film, well, they could have recast those characters with different actors. Just my thoughts. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates on the channel. Hit that like button. Share this video out there. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.